Hello everybody, and how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch. Right, before I start, I just want to thank the people that have sent me a message about yesterday. Some of you have said, you know, you would have given up by now. Oh, I'm a fighter. I really am a fighter. And also with my cat, and so basically I've had a right day. Yes, I had a right day, but like one of the subscribers, Julie Johnson, said, put my feet up and relax. Well, I did. I put my feet up after I went in and had a chat and had a tea, and basically I was watching program. Well, before that I analysed the videos and chuckled away to myself. But I'm positive. New day, new smiles, new work. So all's good. So today I'm a bit more livelier. I'm not frustrated. I've had a good sleep. So we're going to crack on. So today I had my mum's friend say to me, who's subscribed, can you do a picture frame with an arrangement just in the corner? She doesn't do floristry herself. She just likes to watch what I can do and thinks, you know, it's amazing all the ideas that I come up with. I told her I sure can, and I'll do a video on it today. So guys, I've got a white small picture frame. It's only 15 inches by, 12. So that's the size. So I decided to do a small swag in the corner of it, just down like an L shape. You may not be able to see because I've got the camera set at a different angle, but I am going to move it down because I'm going to sit down and do the work today. Rest my feet, not that they're hurting. Oh, I had a go at the hula hoop. Oh my good gracious me, I think it went round about 3 times and then it just dropped. So, and it said on the packet you got to do it for half an hour. Half an hour! Oh my gosh, I couldn't do it for 3 minutes, never mind half an hour. But anyway, we'll soon probably get used to it. And it said as well that your people who are in the older age can manage half an hour. Don't know who they're talking to, but hey-oh. So I'm going to move the camera down and we're going to go through what we're doing. We're going to do it in purples, and because that's her favourite colour, so I thought I'll surprise her and do it in purples. So one moment guys while I just move the camera. Let's hope today I get it right. I don't know if I'm going to have to go like that. Perhaps anyway. I'll try and move it slightly back a little bit. There you go. So you can get the whole frame in. So it's on my turntable. Sorry about it rocking. I must have an uneven ground. Blame my husband. So you won't be able to see me, but never mind. So that is our picture frame, and I've attached the small swag onto it with tie wraps. There's no Oasis. I've got 3 tie wraps. I should have put white. I didn't realise till I'd attached them, but I just didn't want to see the white going through here. But never mind, that would be against the wall. I could easily spray them. So I've attached in an L shape our little small swag, and I've bent it into shape so it fits. So, and it's just the artificial spruce, that's all it is. Again, I've attached it in 3 different places, one near the end here, one near that end, and one relatively central. so it all fits. So I've done a bow, and I want a bow with some tail ends. So I've done it in purple, a bit of glittery silver and white mesh. So that is our bow, and that is how long, oh, I've got a bit of spruce on it, our tail ends are. Our tail ends are actually 18 inches. So I want that in the corner there, because what I want to do with my tail ends is place them together like that, scrunch them up, make them into a loop just by bending them, and bring them up and attach them around here. That is all I'm going to do with the bow. So that's the bow. So let's go through what we've got. Oh gosh. So I've got 5 pine cones of different sizes. 2 of the big ones, because I want to put 1 each of the big one. If I grab it, I want to put 1 down here, 1 up here. And then I've got 2 smaller long oval shaped ones and a round one, which I want to put as a 3 around. Let's move that in a clump. I can get that one where I'd like it to sit, around the top here, or maybe sticking out like that. So that is what I want to do with our pine cones. I've only got out 3 cinnamon sticks, 1 to go here, 1 to go at the top, and 1 to go at the other side. Excuse me, that's what I've got. Right, for our foliage, I have got some of our light green fern. That I was going to get the bigger one, but when I put it against it, it was too big. So I thought, let's go for the light to bounce off of the dark spruce and some dark foliage we've got. So I've got that, the rubbery texture. Oh, again, I found something on it. The rubbery texture that I adore. I've sprayed some grass in purple, so I thought we could add, and I've cut some stuff down so I can just crack on. So I've got some grass, what was green. You may see flickers of green in it, but I don't mind that. That adds to, you know, the colour and the style of it. So, but it's mainly purple. I've also got some lilac coloured eucalyptus. I've cut these down as well and put, as you know me guys, an elastic band around them to hold them together, because I kept dropping them. So I've got that in lilac also. I've decided to get out some silver berries, just to add, because we've got silver in the bow, just to add a bit of sparkle for Christmas time. Aren't they divine? They've got bits of sequins on as well as glitter. So we've got those also. Now I've got out some of my wispy vine. I didn't count how many pieces, I just grabbed a few. And I thought I could add them going from the side, or some from the inside going in towards the centre of the frame, as movement on our picture frame, and also a different texture and a nice feel. I've also got out my silver dollar eucalyptus. Again, these ones though are oddments, so I thought I could use these maybe as well, again, for another different texture of foliage or greenery, to give it a slight bit of Christmassy feel, because eucalyptus always looks lovely in Christmas themes. So, and give it that nice feel. And I've only taken out 3 pieces of our white because I've got the white mesh ribbon, some glittery as well as little tiny sequins on our foliage. I don't know what this one's called. I'm not sure, but I've only got 3. Now I've got some more of my acorns out because I'm not using the smaller ones. I couldn't see them in the spruce when I checked them, so I thought I'll get the bigger ones out. We may use them. I'm not saying we will, but we may use those also. And I found these in the bucket, just 5 little stems of some. Now these are rubber, really rubbery, spruce or pine, and I'm going to just place them in to just make the spruce a little bit chunkier and perhaps for filler as well. I've taken out some berries in like a purpley pink, similar colour to what the eucalyptus is, and I thought we could add some seed heads, sorry, not berries, some seed head in also. Now I've got some heather out. Heather's a traditional thing around in the UK for Christmas themes, so I also thought we may add a bit of that in purpley. Well, it's like a lilac as well. It's flocked also. Excuse me. And I've got some they also call this cypress leaves, and I've got some of these out as well to also add in for the Christmas theme in our picture frame. And oh, I've got one spare. Now I'm not sure about if I'm going to use these, but I have got some purple gypsophilia that is slightly flocked, not much, but I thought we'd get those out and maybe cut the odd one off and just scatter them around. Now I've got 3 purpley pink with silver poinsettias. I thought we could also incorporate those, 1 in the corner and 2 on the either end of the picture frame. Now I've just picked these up as I took over my neighbour's wreaths this morning, and I've spotted them as I come in. I know I've got bigger ones in this, I can see them, but I've spotted the oddments in my oddments bucket of just some deep purple little daisies. I thought they may just give a bit of different contrast and a little bit of movement as well. And then I spotted 3 these lilac colour bellflowers, and I thought maybe we'll see. So that is what we've got today. So all the floral we'll place up at one end. Gosh, there's more foliage than floral. So we'll place that there. Oh, and I've got of course, a little bit of conifer, just 1 stem. I've got some more on order. Well, should I say, they've been apparently shipped out from my wholesaler, so they should be coming quite soon. Let's just get myself organised. You know me, guys. I like to have all the bunches around. Let's place that down there. And then the grass there. Because what I want to do first is attach our bow. So I'll place it your way as you're looking at it. So I've attached it with a tie wrap and then just put floral wire through the tie wrap and just twisted it a couple of times on the back, because I want to attach this to the bottom of the spruce in the top corner. So that will sit. I make sure that my tail ends are down here. Oops, that's trapped inside. So all I'm doing, I'm just attaching it around. If I can see it. So we'll do that. And go the other way with the other piece. So then that will stay in place and will not move. And then just give it a little twist so it doesn't slide off. And then just cut some of the wire, and then I'm going to turn it inwards so it doesn't catch on anybody. There. So that is our bow at the top corner. Now I want to have the silver on the bottom, and all I'm going to do with this is decide where I'd like it to sit. Let's just hold that in the centre. And just make the loop before I attach it, and then just pinch in like that together and wrap it around a spruce, and that's all you need to do. And there you have your loop. So that is what it looks like. Doesn't that look pretty already? So there we go. Now I'm going to cut that one a little bit because I want them all the same length. So I'm going to dovetail it. If I move this here so you may be able to see, I'm folding it in half, the ribbon, and I'm going from the folded side outwards, and it gives you a little dovetail. So there we have our bow. I've only done 2 loops of the silver with it being quite sparkly. 4 loops of the purple. The purple is at 5 inch, the silver is at 4, and the 4 loops of the white mesh is also at 4 inch. So that is our bow attached, guys. So like I say, I want one on the end with it being sort of bulky, and I can turn it. I just bend it so I can have that going down like that. So that is how I want that to sit. So if I just turn it around, where's my pliers? I've got my heater on again, guys, because it is chilly again. And all I'm doing with this is getting the stem that I've just cut, and I'm wrapping a piece of spruce around that stem just once. Just bend it into place. So that is our first one. Oh, I nearly used my scissors. Let me move those. Again, with this one, I'm bending the stem, placing it here, as you may be able to see, just in there. So it's leaning on that last piece of spruce, and I'm getting a piece of spruce, what may not be as needed as more, and wrapping it around my stem, which is here in my thumb and finger. And there you have your other one. That one seems a bit, got its own mind. I always get one what's got its own mind. Let me try that one again. It's just a bit, it's not as secure as I'd like it. It was a bit too high up. There we go. And then you can place that over. So they are your big pine cones. I'm placing these in first so I can work around them. Now I want to place that one like that. Or do I sit it there? Let's have a look in. Because I want to try and incorporate these so you can see them through the bow. I just place them now. With some of these I may have to glue. It all depends on how you want it to be. Right, so I'm going to glue that one, and I'm going to glue it onto the spruce. I'm just pushing it onto the white main stem of the spruce. Let's do this one as well. Again, I'm just lifting up, and as you can see, I'm placing it under where the ribbon is, and then I'm placing the spruce here so it can sit on there. So then that's two, and then I want this one slightly further out. And again, I'm gluing this one. Let me just move that ribbon. So I've just got three little ones in the corner. Like that. They're not as noticeable as the big ones. Excuse me. So that is our cones in, and now we have our other type of cypress leaves. These are more like a plastic effect than the ones that I have, which are more, to me, realistic, as you can see. But they're the same type of leaf. but those, my favourite, are more realistic than these. So what we're going to do with these is come out from the side like that and work his way down one side. And then I've got a shorter piece here that I've just found. I must have chopped the stem, and I will bring that perhaps in the centre at an angle, as you can see, coming in towards the corner of the picture frame. We will make this look lovely and big. Let's get some more out. Let's have a look how many I want. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll try 5 to start with. 1, 2. That's 4. Gosh. Oh my gosh. 5. So, again, let me move those out of the way. With this one, I'm going to, you can either attach it around your spruce, but because I want this spruce to show, because as soon as you start attaching it, it gets shorter by wrapping it around. So I want it to sit basically how it is. So I'm going to be gluing it on to our spruce. And all I'm doing, there's the main spine there, and I'm just going in like that. Let me put that one out way because I keep wanting to pick that one up. And I'm just putting just a little bit of movement in the stem for more of a natural look. And then I'm going to do the same here. Turn it the right way. Bring that out like that. And then I'm going to put one. Just check that I can't see anything. No, you can't see any stems through the back. Keep an eye on that, guys, because if you can, then you need to pull it out and reposition it, because you don't want to be seeing any stems behind. And again, I'm going to lift up my bow and place it like that. So if you take into consideration the thickness or the depth of your picture frame, so mine's probably about 1 inch to 2 inch, so I make sure that I cut my cypress leaves around 1.5 inches. So they are quite small, so they won't go through a show on the back. So again, I think one more. Have I got a smaller one? Oh, I think that's a smaller one. Or is it? Oh my gosh. Oh no, it's, it's the same size. So let's put that small and place that on the spine there. So that is what we've got with our cypress leaves around the edge. Doesn't that look pretty already? And it's looking bigger. Again, guys, you know me. Love it when it's big and full. Lots of volume. So with this piece that I've saved, I want that coming in there. So let's cut the stem on that. Lift it up, head for the corner of the picture frame. And have it just slightly sticking out, not much. I've got a off cut here, I could bring that down here, or I could bring it inside. So let's see if I've got any more off cuts. No. So I won't use that because it'll be odd. I've got 2 rubber bands around them. So that is the first type of cypress leaves. And bear in mind again, as you are adding your foliage or flowers, you can start to glue on your other things on top of the stems of what you've just placed in. So we'll put those there. See, I've got these little rubbery ones here. There's only 5 that I found at the bottom of the bucket. Oh, they are rubbery. I love the feel of these. See, now they can be incorporated in to give it that little bit of more thickness and fullness. I could even bring one up here as well. So let's put these in. And again, I'm going to stick that like that. We need a bit of fullness around here. And so on in the other plates, opposite side. Where the bow is. And I'm going to bring one up here as well. Because it looks a little bit bare there. And these are wired to the tip also. And then I'm going to place one down here as well. Again, just to add a little bit more volume. And a little bit more fluffiness. Now with these vines, I wanted to bring some out like this. And maybe the odd one in the centre. Like that. I hope you can see. Let me look at the camera because I don't want to carry on if you can't see me. How do I bring it forward a little bit more? Yeah, we'll leave it like that. Oh, I get ever so worried that you can't see me now. And then I've got a longer piece as well that I could bring and have that coming out or bending round or up here, and that's what I want to use them for. But I'll put that in virtually close to near the end. Right, I want to add in a bit of our fern. What's that? It's like plastic stuck to it, or hard rubber. Who knows? Never mind. So I want to place one like here. What I'm going to do is place them in between each of these cypress leaves. So let's get them there. Again, I'm cutting my stems around 1.5 inch so I don't go over. So I'm lifting up and placing it there. Let's just get some out. I've asked my youngest son if he'll take a parcel to the post office so I can get it delivered. One of my wreaths, it's in a box. I said, I've been waiting all week for you. He says, well, you only have to ask. I says, well, you're asleep. How can I ask you when you're fast asleep till 12 o'clock midday? So I'm attaching that in between there. Because these bend, I can manipulate that to point downwards like that. Again, I'm going in between the cypress leaf, heading for the main stem in the centre. You can do these if you just don't want them quite simply, or a simplicity, is that the word? More of a simple look, where there's not as much going off in it. You can do them like that. But again, this is my style of work. So, I mean, I can do that. If, you know, as soon as people ask me to do things like that, I will do it. Because obviously I have been trained into doing that as well. I'm not just one way. I have been taught how to do different styles. But, you know, as they say, once you've done your courses and exams or whatever you do, you tend to pick up your own style. So this is my style. But if somebody said they wanted it more simple, more contemporary, then I can do that for them. But again, on the videos I show you my style. You know, but if a subscriber said, could you do it slightly without less in it, then I could. Everybody's got their own unique way. That's how I see it. And again, this is the style that I like. Now I want to bring in the centre, because I bet you're thinking, oh, she's putting everything around this side. So I want to bring in from this side to the centre, just a little bit of fern. Because remember, we've got our grass, we've got our eucalyptus, we've got our other cypress leaves. So this will look quite full. So I'll place one on the opposite side. So it's basically equal. So I don't need those anymore. And if I wish, I could place the, you know, things in a different position, like with the eucalyptus, you know, I could place bits of those in here. Not necessarily everything around the side, but I'm working from the side first. And it's like with the grass, I wouldn't put that, you know, hanging right up like that. I'd have to lead it or bring it slightly to this side, or maybe one underneath there. Because by adding too much, these are push-ups anyway. So if, for example, let me cut that down, I could put that like that. Now, would you like that sticking out on your wall? So this is just an example for yourselves. Is that your sort of taste, where you'd like that as you look at it from the side, just sticking out, as we say, like a sore thumb, from the side. Now, to me, if I did that, I would have to bring everything else up to this relatively around similar height. So I would rather have it slightly coming out at an angle, but lower down. And then it's not sticking out as much, because then you have got your grass around the same height or just above the height of your spruce, and it's within the height of your highest point of your ribbon. So I take into consideration all of those areas. So I would place probably that at an angle, maybe there, so it's coming out there from the ribbon, so it looks like it's flowing down from the ribbon. So I quite like that. So let's get that one in, and we'll place that on, and I'm gluing this to the cypress leaf that's here, the small one. I'm gluing that on top of that, so that's where that now sits. And I find that that's better than having it sticking out again like a sore thumb, like that. So let's see where we want to play now with these cypress leaves. Because of the texture of them, they blend in really well with the spruce. I could have the odd one out here, which obviously I will, but because of the texture of them, I would place the odd one central. So let me cut these down. So I would maybe place that one there, and then while that one's there, this is just again to show you, I'm just leaning it on this, so it's going to hold into place while I show you. And then bring one down here, or maybe from the corner, because we've not got really much in the corner. So I fill that corner up because it's a bit more, quite a bit thicker. Then I'd place one again perhaps here to just thicken it up a little bit, and then in the centre here, I don't know where I can place it, but I can't see. Maybe coming out from there, and then maybe just to elongate that bottom bit, if I can see, not that I can very well, I'd bring that in. Obviously a bit shorter, I wouldn't have it hanging as low. I've got something on that. And if I wanted another piece, I could do the same with another piece on here also, and bring that and elongate it so it matches. So I've got a mixture of them on the outside as well as on the in to, you know, give that volume. So let me just go and get another bunch. And that makes it look really, really, you know, pretty when it's, well, I think so, by bringing that and elongating it. So then you can have, again, I've just spotted where it could also some more go. So let me cut these down. I may not use them all, but I can put an elastic band around them. So I've got one here, but I haven't got one here. I can see space here. So I could place one on the bottom here, place that back up there. So let me just stand up. So we need one around here on the bottom. And maybe one, well, we've got one there. Maybe one down there. I don't know about this one. I could place that underneath and have the points sticking out there. And what about here? So now I quite like that. I think, let me see, I may need it like that, because I'm looking above it anyway. Trying to, and bring that and bend that out that way, and then spread that a little and have that one further down. It may be like that, but around the bottom, you know, because if you look at it to balance it out, you know, that's got two at the top near this end, so I'm trying to keep in with that. So I may just offset them slightly. Obviously they're not going to be sticking up like that. They will be placed slightly more down. But then look how full that looks just with the cypress leaves. And then again, when you add in, if I just chop one of eucalyptus, you can put that as different contrasts and also different texture. Shorter, obviously, it will be forced a bit down further in there as well. And then with your poinsettias, I want one, like I said earlier, one there. I will tilt the head slightly, one in there, and I want one there, so it's going down in a diagonal position. So that is how I want it, or place that further in so it's like an L shape, but then lift the head slightly once I've placed it in. So that's where, or if I wish, I could bring one of these instead of being in that center point. If I could find somewhere to place it, and I could bring it here, so I've got the triangular shape. So all things like that I take into consideration. So first of all, we'll take out the top ones. We'll place in our cypress leaves here on the bottom and here. So that's where I'd like them to sit. So again, I'm cutting the stem to about between 1 inch and 2 inch. I'm going to lift it up and I'm going to glue it to this cypress leaf, like that. And then I'm gluing this one to this cypress leaf. And again, it's come further down, and that's how I'd like it. Now going right in the corner. Sorry if I keep getting up and down. It's so I can see above what I'm doing, or where things need to be. I always get a better view of it when I'm above it. That's why I like to work standing up. So then that one there. And then we'll get this one. We'll place it under here and stick it to that cypress leaf as well. Like that. And then I think I had one here, yeah. So I'm going to go right under and stick it there. That sounds awful, don't it? Oh, just stick it there. Right, so now I have my others. So I am cutting these again, and I'm cutting them really short. That is 1 inch. 1 inch long is my stem. So I will go here and just lift the silver ribbon slightly and press it right down to the frame. So now that isn't sticking up like that, how it were. And you can manipulate it to go down a bit further with the center one, which is wired. So with this one, I'm going to go just slightly offset and bring that down again. And I'm going to do the same up here. Oh, that one's only got one on. Not one, two. Never mind. They'll get used. So, again, I'm going to lift up. And place that down like that. Then I'm going slightly offset. I'm not mirror imaging it. I want it to look natural. So I'm slightly going offset with this one. And again, it's not sticking upright. If you want to see your pine cone, just move your ribbon tail ends off to the side or split them like that. I'm not particularly bothered, you know, they can go and flop how they like. Right, before we go on to our eucalyptus, I want to put in the purple grass. Now, I've got one purple grass there. I want one there on the outer side, one on the outer side here. Got one there, and then one there. That's just where I want them. I don't want them on top. I want them placed around the side to give that, you know, different texture, different movement and contrast against all the green that is in. So we're going to place those in. That one there. And I'm placing these in, the ones on the end here, at an angle. And I'm gluing them to one of, whether it be the cypress leaf or this cypress leaf, it doesn't matter. I am just gluing them on to their stem. Put that one in. I have to think then. Again, I'm just lifting up and I'm placing them near the bottom again because I want that contrast against all of the green foliage that I have put in. I like to have a different colour foliage to contrast against the green. I mean, you can, if you wish, would like to just have green foliage, that's not a problem. Right, I'll lift it up, and that's how far we've got at the moment. With all the greenery, the spruce is showing, so that's acting part of your greenery. Your purple grass, which is contrasting against the darkness of this cypress. You've got a bit of light fern, which is, you know, bouncing off of the darkness. And, you know, the same with everything else. So there's a lot of darkness, and hence the reason I place a coloured foliage in. So now we have got lighter foliage again, because there's not much floral. I mean, when we put the berries in, the berries will lift it even more, so they will go, as I show you, I just pop it through and they will lift it slightly, but they are going on the top. I could put these, I've only got 3 out, but I'm looking at them, they are very pretty, but they are very long. So I could put one up at the top and two at either end with those. Again, I may not use everything. Let me just check with those. Oh, I don't know. They're pretty, but I don't know. It looks a bit much. I'm doubting them, so let me place them up floor. And these small bells, just to give, you know, the bellflower, like, you know, representing, I don't know, the bells of Christmas time, your church bells, and place them like that around your bow at the top. And they will give off also a nice colour against your dark foliage. So I don't know about those still. Let's just check. I like to just check. They may be too dark. The seeds, maybe. So again, I want to add in, I want to try and get all the foliage in that's necessary. If I think it may be a bit too long, this stem, I will just chop it down and place these around like this, which I thought the other one was quite long, and this is just to give more texture of a different leaf. Around your arrangement. And just so let's just put a bit of glue, and I'm gluing these onto the cypress here, the rubbery one. And what I'm doing basically with these is using it as like filler foliage, but at the same time it's giving me, you know, that little Christmas theme. And let's get one down here. And I'm going to go around with these, and I'm doing the top as well as down on the bottom. Place one where the bow is in there. Don't forget the bow. I always say that, don't forget your bow. Always place something behind your bow. I'm just cutting these where I've only got 2 leaves on one stem. One, two. One, two. One, two. That's just one leaf by itself, so we'll place that in here. And there's another one, so we'll place that there. So that's all I'm doing, is just adding a bit of filler. And I'm adding the filler before we add everything else. Again, on some things, quite a lot of my things, I like to do the foliage first. And again, just go underneath things, place it and stick it on, whether it be onto the spruce or onto one of the other foliage pieces. So I'm bringing some up at the top. A little bit more. That one. So that is with our eucalyptus, our silver dollar added in around the top and around the sides. So we don't need any more of that either now. So that's like our filler foliage placed in. So that is super. Doesn't it look wonderfully, how can I say, what's the word, volumized from what it was. Nice and fluffy. Right, so I've got our, oh, I've got another grass here. I'll place that there then. Another purple grass. I'll place that in the top corner. We've got our lilac coloured eucalyptus. Now again, this is adding colour, texture and contrast. So where we've got our leaves, I could place a colour where there isn't any purple. If I just put that there and just place a little bit of colour there. Again, I've cut these down and dot these around. So I'm going like a zigzag, put one under the bow. Let me just get another. Bring, again, I'm just zigzagging it around. Like that. And if I wanted one more piece, I could incorporate that on the tip, like that. Doesn't that look wonderful? So, let's get in our lilac. If I lift that up, you may get a better look. So it's now like so. With the contrast, the as I said, the colour, and also where it bounces off of all your green, just like this purple, and the texture as well is different to this and all the others. So you've got three main things there: colour, contrast and texture. So we'll glue these on as well and do the same thing. I'm just gluing them. Now I'm not really looking where I'm gluing these because I know below there is a lot of stems. I can see them there, and they will stick to that. But I am making sure that I can feel when it's touching something. I'm not just sticking it and then not allowing it to attach to anything. Just cut that stem, it's a bit long. See, I'm attaching that to the fern. Again, that's being attached to the cypress leaf. And if I lift that up, that's being attached to this cypress stem, like that. So they are all of our eucalyptus, Cineraria in lilac, all placed in. So let me just look at our, have I got a small piece on its own? I want to look at our lavender, our heather. Oh yeah, there's one. See, and this will give movement as well. I could bring a few down here also, so I think they'll be fine to put in. They won't look out of place, so to speak. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm only going to put 5 in. I don't want to overload it with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I've cut an extra one off. So I'm going to place, I'm just going to have a look. These are wired, so you can manipulate them to lean over so they don't stick up. I want something here behind the bow. I want something there. I'm going to incorporate one down there. may use that other one and bring that somewhere along there. So that's where we're going to place our heather. So again, let's chop and glue. So this is being stuck again to the eucalyptus. That's it. I had to think. I had to think then. And if you notice, I'm not lifting these up high. I don't want them high. I want to keep that, just, you know, with it being lavender, I don't want it sticking up again like that. I want to keep it low. So like this one, because it's going near the ribbon, I'm keeping it low. And I'm bending the stem so it doesn't stick up too far. But I'm still allowing it to have that movement. Giving a bit of colour, you know, around the foliage at the bottom, incorporating that also. Oh, I did put that one in and I've just pulled it out. Silly me. Let's get it back in. One, two, right. So they're all mixed in beautifully. Now there you go, and that is with the heather now added. Just the odd bits for the movement. I don't think I've put that one in, or have I? Oh yeah, for the odd movement, just slightly bend that one. Again, let me just lift up. So that is with your heather. So now I've done that, I want to add in my lovely, lovely poinsettias. Again, I could place different position. I could have one there, one there, and also I could put one, I can get it somewhere through, and one there. I could have them sat around the bow. Let me have a look. Oh no, I don't like that. So I would do what I did before. I would bring, again, let me just position them and show you. One down there, and I would bend the heads again. And then I'd place one in this corner, and then I'd have one, and that's bringing those the floral as well as colour onto the tips of your frame on each corner, and there is your triangular position. So I think I'm going to place them there, because now we've got a lot of foliage in and everything. And I've placed in the filler foliage. We don't need to be filling any more greenery. So I'm going to stick that onto the cypress leaf, place that slightly there, and have that sat like that. I'm going to do the same with this one. Bend the head up so it's lifting up. And then do that one in the corner also. And bend the head as well. And when I say bend the head, I don't mean, you know, all the way down. I'm just bending the head slightly, keeping that straight but bending the head upright, because then when it sits in, it's facing upright, because I'm placing it in with my floral wire horizontal, or in this case a diagonal position, but I want to see the floral, so I've bent the head upwards. I think it's stuck on something. Yeah, let me just glue it again. That's better. I'll place that one there. So there you have your poinsettias now placed in with the heads upright so you can't see them. So I don't think I'm going to place those in. I think they look too big. So I don't know about the berries either, the seeds. I don't think you'll really see them now. I'd rather keep it as it is. I don't want them, they're too dark. I don't know, I'm still debating. I've got my 3. I could place these around the ribbon. 1, 2. Gosh, I can't get anything anywhere. Underneath. 3. So I'll place them around the ribbon to give it a bit of like dark colour or darker colour, and more, or in a warmy way, so to speak. And I'm touching them just there. I'm not going deep in. I'm letting them just slightly stick out. I'm putting them in the triangular position. Place one here. So that's what you've got with those. So now again, I have got these, and I still think something needs to be there, but I've got that. So I think I want to add them to that. And I think the floral I'd like to just keep around here. I can get it off. Just fill in that space there, and then just fill in that bit there. So I'd like to keep that around here. And then again with our berries, I'd like to stick that there to cover that where we've placed our bow. Now how many have I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4. One. Definitely want one here. 2. Want one there. Get it to go in. 3. So there's the 4th. So I want that like that. I could even, if I didn't want that there, but I do want that there because that shows the corner bit, and I definitely want that there. If I took that away from there, it'd be too bland just to fill in that gap there. So I could get, do I want another one though? Let me get one more. I may want one more, or I'll probably end up putting more in it. So to fill this bit in here, I could place that little bauble fell off. Place that there, and then also there's one here, like that. Let me just turn it around and have a look. Yeah. So let me get, what do I need these? I like these bellflowers. I think they go well. So I'm going to place those in. I'm not in any doubt with these, so I do like them. So I'll just place them slightly further down. To the bottom near the bow. So 1, 2, 3. Like that. Let's just fluff up the bows. Like that. So then now we place in our beautiful sparkly berries. So that go along where the pine cone is, and place that there. I want this in the centre of the ribbon tail end, so it's got something there that's covering that area. I want one in the corner here, so you can see that there's a corner, inside corner. And I want one in the centre on the side, just at the bottom where the foliage is, just to fill that in as well, where the purple grass is. I want one in the top corner to show there's a right angle. Place that there. Again, I want one in the top centre point on the bottom row with the foliage, and then I want one on the top in the centre, like I did that one with the bow. Even though there isn't a tail end for the bow, I am basically balancing it out. Now again, I don't think I need these, if I'm being quite honest. As much as I love them. No. And I don't want those. I just want to leave it as is. So, that is what we have made for today. Really full from the side, as you can see, and also here as well. Oh, let me get rid of that. There's no stems sticking out past the frame at all. I kept within that thickness of the frame when I cut my stems, so they're all within that thick length. and it's full from the top, and again from there it's also full. So, or there if you can see it better. So everywhere is full, nice and lovely, and we've got volume, texture, movement with the leaves, the foliage, and also everything else. And it's beautiful. So I'm going to lift up the camera, guys. Let me just get my easel and sit it on there, so you may get a better look. And I may need to bring the camera slightly out. Oh, I forgot to. Oh gosh, I can't. Let me just, forgot to glue something in it. There we go. So I just want to try and get it so it's going to be in your view when I turn the camera. Alright, so I'm going to bring the camera, oh my goodness, up. Let me just, I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. Also, I'll be angry with myself. So guys, this is what we have done for today. I hope you enjoy it. Again, if you've got an old picture frame, don't just go out and buy a new, whether it just be a tiny one, that's fine. And you could do a little one, that'd be nice. Or, you know, you've got an old picture frame that you don't like the picture anymore, take the picture out and the glass and do something like this around it. Just attach your, you can even go and get a garland if you've got a garland spare, what's got quite a heavy wire down the spine of it, and attach, cut it, you know, to the length that you need it and attach it that way. Or if you've got a swag, you can do it with a swag, and then just attach it around the, you know, around the spine of it. And in 3 places I've done it, one at the top, one at the bottom. So I've done one here, and one in the centre here with a tie wrap. That's all. I've not glued it on, you know, just in case I want to decide to place it on a different picture frame, so I can just remove it and just reattach it to something, so, and use the picture frame for something else. So again, if you've got picture frames, save them guys, and they come in really handy as a gift as well. So there's the purple picture frame in the swag in the L shape, or I don't know what shape that is. It's an L shape if it's upside down. But with the bow in the centre, in the top centre, which is 5 inch in the deep purple, 4 inch in the silver, and 4 inch in the white mesh. And then I've got an 18 inch tail end, which I've attached around a spruce around it as I've formed my loop there. So, and then balanced everything out by adding colour to the bottom as well as to the top with the grasses, so it's not just green on the bottom. And then just added different texture with the eucalyptus by placing small cut little bits in and around the top as well as down the sides, to incorporate it also down the sides. And then my poinsettias I placed in and then lifted the heads up in the triangular position also. And then just put a few bell flowers around the bow. I just wanted the main flowers to be the poinsettias, and the main piece is the bow as well. So I hope you like that. I sure love making things like this, and especially in all colours. So even though I know my mum's friend likes purple, she didn't know I was going to do one in purple. So, but I hope she likes it. So again, give it a go, guys. Give us a like, a thumbs up. You know, please subscribe, share as well, and give us a little comment and tell us what you think. Or if you've done it yourself, send us some pictures of your creations, and I'm sure they're absolutely beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed that. Have a wonderful day. I've got some more work to do, and then I've got the choir tonight. So and then I won't be back home till about between 9 and half 9 in tonight. So have a wonderful day, guys, and thank you all again for subscribing. You're all absolutely fabulous people, and I'm so happy that you've done it, and I hope that I can help you in any way. So all the best, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.